I don't wish it on him, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he going through, I love him through it. Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact.
Atlanta's night was supposed
to stay quiet, but everything shattered at 3:00 a.m. with the news no parent ever wants to face. King Harris, the son of rap legends T.I. and Tiny, lay in an ICU bed, his fragile body hooked to machines, every heartbeat weaker than the last. Doctors whispered those bone-chilling words. Prepare for the worst. Inside Grady Memorial, the atmosphere turned into a battlefield. Alarms blaring, doctors rushing like soldiers at war, and nurses scrambling to keep King alive. The fluorescent lights flickered as if the hospital itself couldn't bear to witness the nightmare. Tiny collapsed in the hallway, her wails echoing through the sterile corridors, her body shaking so violently that nurses had to hold her upright. That moment, caught on camera, spread like wildfire, breaking millions of hearts online. Within minutes, hashtags like Pray for King and EDDR Justice for King climbed to the top of global trends. But as prayers flooded in, whispers grew louder. A leaked medical report suggested King's injuries weren't just the result of a fight. No, they bore the marks of deliberate torture. Wounds too calculated, too cruel. This wasn't just violence. This was a message, carved into his flesh for the world to see. The internet spiraled when an audio leak dropped like a bombshell. In a grainy recording, a prison guard's voice muttered, "The order came from above. We just cleared the way." That single line flipped the narrative upside down. Who gave the order? Who wanted King Harris silenced so badly that his beating looked like a planned execution? Fingers pointed everywhere. Rival gangs, old enemies, powerful figures in politics, even whispers about industry titans. Some insisted this wasn't about King at all, but about silencing the Harris family once and for all. And then came the most chilling claim yet, an alleged CCTV clip from inside the ICU. Hooded figures were seen sneaking into King's hospital room at night, tampering with his life support machines. If true, it meant that even surrounded by doctors and guards, King wasn't safe. The hospital, supposed to heal, had become another battlefield. Outside, chaos erupted as fans, family, and protesters filled the cold Atlanta air, chanting, "Protect King." Their candles flickered like flames of rebellion, lighting up a city already on edge. Inside the hospital, the Harris family was breaking. The man known for his strength was pacing the halls, his hands trembling, his voice cracking as he pleaded on camera, "My son is being hunted like an enemy. He's just a kid. Please, someone stop this madness." His raw plea went viral, dividing the internet. Some stood by him, pouring in prayers. Others mocked, calling it karma for his past. Meanwhile, Tiny was filmed sobbing outside the ICU doors, falling to her knees, begging God not to take her baby. That gut-wrenching footage replayed endlessly on TikTok and Instagram, millions of fans crying with her. Tension even erupted inside the family. Relatives accused T.I. of bringing this curse upon them, while he fired back, "This ain't karma. This is murder." As the family imploded, nurses whispered terrifying details. King's ventilator mysteriously shut off for several seconds that night before alarms blared. But when staff reviewed the security footage, it was gone. Erased. Deleted like it never existed. Coincidence or cover-up? Theories exploded online. Mafia revenge, jealous rappers, or government hands pulling invisible strings. The Harris family was trapped, not only in grief, but in a storm of conspiracy far beyond their control. Morning brought no peace, only more horror. A whistleblower revealed King's bloodstream contained strange toxins not linked to any medication. Sabotage. Someone had poisoned him inside the ICU. Anonymous hacker groups fueled the fire, claiming they'd accessed hospital files and posting, "They're not saving King, they're finishing him." With that, the protests outside grew violent. Hundreds turned into thousands. The streets of Atlanta looked like a war zone. Riot police clashing with angry crowds, tear gas burning the air, live streams broadcasting chaos to millions worldwide. Inside, doctors whispered cold words like multi-organ failure and irreversible damage. T.I.'s rage boiled over, punching walls, smashing chairs, screaming at doctors that they were lying, covering up what he believed was murder. Tiny clutched King's hand so tightly that nurses had to pry her away. And then came another shocking leak. King had allegedly been declared clinically dead for 2 minutes before doctors shocked his heart back to life. Twice. That revelation shattered fans. Everywhere, millions, sobbing as they realized the Harris family had already watched their son slip into death's grip, only for him to be dragged back. Online, theories turned even darker. Maybe someone was deliberately keeping King trapped between life and death. By nightfall, Atlanta was unrecognizable. The hospital was locked down like a fortress, helicopters circling, riot police in full gear blocking the doors, while thousands of protesters screamed, "Justice for King." The world wasn't just watching, it was demanding answers. Inside, King's condition worsened. His lungs were collapsing, his kidneys shutting down. Every machine tied to his fragile body echoed like a clock counting down. Doctors whispered once more, "Prepare for the worst." When that phrase leaked online, it detonated across the internet, turning into a global movement. Celebrities joined the outcry. Cardi B cried live on Instagram, begging fans to pray, while Snoop Dogg warned cryptically, "The industry ain't what it seems. Protect your kids. They, after all of us." Kanye posted his own chilling line. "Say no to them, and they punish your bloodline." Each word only fueled suspicions that King was more than just a victim. He was a target in a war bigger than himself. And then came the most terrifying leak of all. A high-ranking official in a muffled call was heard saying, "If the boy talks, everything collapses. He can't leave that bed alive." The internet froze. Was King carrying secrets powerful enough to bring down giants? Was this about silencing him forever? As dawn approached, one truth cut through the chaos. King Harris wasn't just fighting for survival. He had become the center of one of the darkest, most explosive scandals in hip-hop history. A storm so massive it threatened to crush not only his family but an entire industry watching from the shadows.